What up, y'all? It's Clay, Drums with Clay. Thank you for jumping in this video. You're probably here because you're thinking about getting a Roland TD-316, and I'm just gonna go out and say it. You should get it, okay? This drum kit is absolutely amazing. I freaking love this thing. I watched tons of review videos before grabbing this. I've always played acoustic. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit of an elitist when it came to acoustic versus electric. I thought acoustic was the only way to go, but my life now, I'm in an apartment. I can't really set up an acoustic. It's a lot of you people probably have been in a similar situation or are in a similar situation. Like, it's just loud. It doesn't bother us, but I've got neighbors literally on the other side of the walls, right? So I want to be respectful. I don't want to get noise complaints. I don't want to start a bunch of drama. So it seemed like electric was going to be the best option. After doing a lot of research comparing apples to oranges, it came down to be that Roland is the #1 choice. They have the best audios out of all of the kits. The response on these things are amazing. The Roland team is always there at your disposal, so you can actually get a hold of customer service. If I ever need something repaired, I've got a 3-year warranty on this thing. It does cost a little extra, but spend the money. I got the 3-year warranty, so if anything happens, I know I'm gonna get replacement. I've seen some horror stories with other e-kits where it just took months and months and months for people to actually get things replaced. When it comes down to the 316 specifically, I really wanted to make sure that I had like a traditional feeling hi-hat. So I bought a Iron Cobra 200 hi-hat stand. It didn't come with the kit, so just something to keep in mind if you're thinking about getting a 316. But if you're an acoustic drummer like I was, or just a drummer in general, you're gonna, in my opinion, you're gonna want that actual the hi-hat stand feel. I think it's exponentially greater than just having the little foot pedal. I used to have a TD-11. It was awesome, don't get me wrong, but where Roland really stepped up the game with this one was all mesh heads. You cannot beat that. The feel, I've got lugs, so if I want, I can increase the tension, etc., to match like a more normal feeling from what I'm used to playing acoustic. Not to mention the drum brain on this thing, that's really where they went above and beyond. For the price of this kit, to have this brain, all of the capabilities that this thing has, I'm not going to dive in on like all of that because there's so much you can cover. But this thing has 74 preset kits. They sound amazing. They're super fun. I spend 90% of my time on Studio A, which is the first kit, because it just sounds freaking amazing. One of the things that really stands out to me about the drum brain as well is obviously you can change your dynamics on everything, change your volume on everything. You can customize, make preset kits. They've got hundreds of sounds to choose from. I've spent whole afternoons just playing around, changing sounds, and I usually always end up back on the preset kit, Studio A. It's freaking amazing. But two of the biggest things that I love about this drum brain, #1 is obviously it has built-in click, so metronome, and it has practice routines, which are super fun, and they're not gonna lie, they can get a little challenging. So if you're a drummer and you're really trying to learn and you want to push and maybe not taking private lessons or something like that, like this drum brain right here is a lesson. Like this thing will teach you so much. It's got accent grids, it's got drum patterns, and it gives you a grade, which is so cool. Like it's like playing Guitar Hero or Garage Rock Band again. So absolutely 10 out of 10, love that feature. And then probably my favorite thing, guys, is just the Bluetooth backing. So I can take my laptop, I can take my phone, I can go on YouTube, I can go on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you use. You can connect it to the drum brain, and you can literally control the volume of your backing track and the volume of your kit. So you can just play, you can jam, you can practice, you can rehearse, whatever it is. Sometimes I just pop on some drumless tracks on YouTube and I just play for hours. I get so in the vibe. When I throw in my headphones, I'm so immersed. Not to mention with the MIDI out, this is something I'm super excited for. I just got Ableton. I haven't had Ableton in like 10 years. So being able to just plug straight into this kit, I got a Steven Slate drum VST. They've got a free one you can get. They give you like 3 drum sets for free. Shout out Jesse for teaching me the ways. And you can literally just plug straight in and record. Again, as a drummer, I've always played acoustic. If I wanted to record, the amount of money you'd have to spend on mics, it's just through the roof. And don't get me wrong, I would love to do that. Again, I'm just not in a situation where that's something that's feasible or just economical or just polite to my neighbors right now. So being able to plug straight in and record, I even was able to pick up something that's really worth checking out for those of you that are interested. I just grabbed an iRig Stream. This thing was like less than $100 with cables. You literally plug it into the back of the brain, and then I can take this cord, I plug it straight into the bottom of my iPhone. So when I want to post on social media, I'm trying to grow my drumming community, I just plug right in, just record straight through. Now, the only bummer is you cannot record your microphone while this is plugged in. This takes over, so I wouldn't be able to talk, but for just putting out drum content, this is like such a game changer for anybody out there who wants to create drum content. Now, if I'm being super picky, I do have some complaints. All right, we're not going to get out of this video without being honest. First thing, rim shots. You don't really get the click of the rim. Okay. I don't know if it's something that I'm just not doing. It doesn't really bother me. I'm not doing a lot of rim clicks in general, but there's not like a real clicky rim sound that comes from it. It does have like rim shots and everything, which is great. Not so much on the toms. The sensors that are in the snare are definitely way better than the ones in the toms. These are still great, but when it comes to the range of expression, the snare's definitely leading the charge. And I think that's, again, one of the things about the 316 versus like the 516. I'm not super technical, so I'm not going to try to get into it. My other big complaint, and something that I've noticed, and it's kind of bothered me, when it comes to this hi-hat. So if you look here on the top of this pad, I don't know if you can see it, the word Roland is right here, okay? Now, when that word rolls over and it goes under my stick, the response on that hi-hat just kind of like, it's hit or miss. It's not that it doesn't respond, it's just like the volume's not right. And it took me a while. I was like, I thought it was something wrong with my wrist, like the way I was hitting it. But no, it's just the freaking rubber and the Roland logo on the pad. So just make sure that you spin it and put that in the back, so when you hit it just sounds right. And as much as I bragged about getting the hi-hat stand because it feels the most natural, this little thing underneath is sometimes a little frustrating. Like when I'm playing and I try to and I lift my foot up, it just sometimes it's like I've got to super accentuate lifting my foot because for some reason it doesn't register sometimes. And it's so frustrating because and I'm like, oh man, I feel like it's something it's like my brain knows it was supposed to have. I never had that problem with an acoustic cymbal, obviously. You lift your foot slightly, you hit it, you're going to get that open sound. Doesn't matter. And the more you open it, you guys get it. But sometimes this little thing is a little frustrating, I'm not going to lie. So, but, can't really complain. Still an amazing kit. And then last gripe is, you can kind of see it. The kick drum on this thing is great. Don't get me wrong. But if you're trying to get an electric kit just solely to keep the volume down, I would probably recommend you upgrade and get the mesh one. It's on my to-do list to spend the money and grab the mesh kick head. It's just the quietness of that thing. I played around on one of those when I was in Guitar Center before buying this, and this thing's definitely got, like, even you won't be able to hear the drum set. It's got a lot. It sounds like somebody's knocking on the door. So I always wonder if my neighbors think that like the cops are coming by or something, right? Beyond that, I've got no complaints. This thing is absolutely a beast. And for the price, this is one of the biggest things that I hear about this drum set. It's expensive. Yeah, it freaking should be. And let's just be honest. I think this thing's like $2,400, $2,500. I've been drumming since I was 8 years old. This wasn't like my first purchase in the drumming world. If this is the first thing you're ever buying, getting into drumming, then yes, this is going to feel pretty expensive. It's worth it, but it's going to be a pretty penny. It's worth saving up for, but let's just be realistic. I've gotten 4 shells for an acoustic set for like $1,300 before. I've spent almost $500 on cymbals, a cymbal, singular. I used to have, when I played metalcore music, I think I had like 9 cymbals at one point because that's just what you need when you play that music, according to me. Guys, the amount of money I've spent on acoustics, the price of this is a no-brainer. Think about it. You've got 74 preset drum kits with some of the highest quality recording. Like, go to the best studio in the world, record drums. That's what Roland did. And they give you all of those drum sets in this brain. So just do the math. If you were to go buy 74 different sounding drum kits, how much money would you actually be spending? So for the price of almost $2,400, $2,500, it's an absolute no-brainer. And I don't know about your guys' area, the Guitar Center by me here in Michigan, they had a credit card, the Guitar Center credit card, 48 months, 0% interest on Roland products. Are you kidding me? It's a no-brainer, paying like 48, 52 bucks a month for this amazing drum set. I traded in my Roland TD-11. I traded in my acoustic. It hurt, don't get me wrong. I didn't want to part ways with it, but it's just sitting collecting dust. So what am I doing? Like, just get rid of it. Get a drum set that you know you're going to play. And as a drummer, I'm always going to keep spending money on drums. So I don't shy away from pulling the trigger on something you know is going to last. And just make sure you get that warranty. Don't just budget $2,500. Budget like $2,800. Get that freaking warranty. These pads are not cheap. If something happens to this, I got cats. You can see all these cables, right? I would like to get them all cleaned up, maybe wrap them and hide them. But for now, whatever. It doesn't bother me. But if one of my cats chews one of those cables and, like, let's say my ride cymbal doesn't work, I'm going to be upset. So it's way better to just get the freaking warranty. Don't shy away. Don't skimp out when you're spending good money. There's a reason you're spending good money. So I'm going to give this kit a 9.7 out of 10. Sincerely, that hi-hat bothers me a little bit, but you win some, you lose some. Everything else about this kit is absolutely freaking amazing. Hopefully this video helps you. Hopefully this helps inform you to make the best decision for you. And I do recommend, don't just take my word or anybody else's word for it. Go to your local music store, call ahead, find out who's got e-kits, and go play them, okay? I spent an hour, 2 hours at Guitar Center. I played on the Alesis. I played on the different Rolands. I played the Sono. I think that those were pretty cool. I like the acoustic look. I played all of them. I was just in my pocket, just really thinking, like, is this something price point wise? Is this something feeling wise that I can really see myself committing to? And just hands down, man, it had to be Roland. So thank you guys for watching the video. By the way, I do run a free drum community on school.com. It's called the Pro Drummer Path, where you guys can join. If you're a drummer, come hang out, come share tips and tricks, be around motivated, encouraged other drummers that want to see you and help you grow. And I'm always available. I've been playing for 22 years, marching band, pop bands, metalcore bands, jazz bands, symphony bands. I've done a lot. I'm still growing in my musical career, but I would love to help you grow in yours and just be a part of something great together. So check out the Pro Drummer Path, school.com. I'll put the link in the bio. Again, thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to know what this kit sounds like, go check out some of my shorts. Even the drum playthrough videos, those are all recorded on this kit. So check it out, guys. We'll see you next time.